My name is Sonya, and I'm a lifestyle blogger of LessHustleMoreCoffee.com. I'm married to this guy, George, who's a great cook and a great guitar player. We live in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and we have a cat named Little Bit, who's a little bit sweet and a little bit of a troublemaker. You never know what we're going to get into, but you know what? Life is good, and it's all about what you make it. At the end of the day, it's all about finding a life you love to live. So let's go. The January winds blew hard. Christmas now was but a mere memory, and I began boxing up all of our Christmas decorations and began to set up the new calendar for the new year, already filling with appointments, trips, and to-dos. Looking back at January, it was just kind of a crazy but fun month. You know, we had Texas to look forward to. It was month end, quarter end, year end for me at work. Just a very stressful time. We still had Mom, who wasn't quite settled into her house yet, and she had a lot of needs. She needed a lot of shopping and setting up. Everything, including work, Mom, everything went on hold because we went to our grandson's 1-year birthday. It was a 4-day weekend. It was just a quick in and out trip. We had a blast though, and we were so excited to get to do that. In January, the weather was very dicey and icy. That's one of the reasons we decided to fly, so we didn't have to drive through any problems. So we booked our flights well in advance, knowing that we were going to do that. We didn't have any dogs. This is August when I'm filming this. We do have a dog now. We'll work the videos into that eventually. It's a great, great month, and I'm excited to share January with you, as crazy as it was. Enjoy. Mom and I enjoyed a little trip to Red Lobster. Mom loves Red Lobster. And then we watched the snow melt from her back porch, probably from the window. And I love her new wind chimes. George took me out for a little birthday dinner to Chacoyote. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but they had a lot on the menu, and guess what? We chose to get the dinner for two special, $80.95. It had everything, but it was so good. We even got sushi. Back home for a good night's sleep. I really enjoy my little bedtime routine. And back up the next morning and headed to work. and it's a beautiful drive over the lake this time of year when the sun is coming up. You know, we just don't get to see our grandson enough. He lives in Texas. It's like 13 or 14 hours away. We can fly, but it gets really expensive when we do that and rent a car. You know, it's just hard to get out there, especially if you have other responsibilities and dogs and things like that to consider. But I just remember getting out to the ranch. I mean, you drive 2 hours away from Dallas, Fort Worth, west. There's just something about entering that dimension, you know, when you get into the ranch, you just forget everything. Everything else is left behind, and you just enter a different era, a different time zone. It is so relaxing. The pace there, we just love it. I love the mesquite trees. The weather is just as crazy as it is in Tennessee, but you know, it might snow one day and be hot as Hades the next. But I remember the first night that we were in the guest house for our grandson's birthday. Just getting up that next morning and having a cup of coffee in the ranch house was just absolutely heaven. Coffee tastes better in Texas. It really does, trust me. The mind is clear, and there's just all these things that we like to do. We love cooking meals with our daughter. We love going to all the surrounding towns that are usually 30 to 45 minutes away in different directions. Each one has something special to offer. And I love taking walks on the ranch. Just love spending time with the family there. We're big foodies, so we're always looking for good things to eat, and we usually find it there, whether it's a hole-in-the-wall place or a grand scale restaurant. And each little town that we drive to has its own special shops and things that we like to do, and we just love going out there. We wish we could go out there more, and it just makes you look forward to retirement even more. But just going to share a little bit of our time that we spent in Texas, and hope you enjoy. So we got on southwest and headed southwest. The first thing we did was eat at the In-N-Out Burger because we could. It was so good. I do it every time. Then we got to rent a car and headed west to Breckenridge to see our family. When we arrived, we had a bottle of mine and Katie's favorite wine, Napa Valley Quilt. We may have some stories. Katie surprised me with my very own birthday cake, and we got to spend some time with Finley. Finley passed away this past May, and the family and us were very heartbroken. There's that special cup of coffee I was telling you about, and those mesquite trees. Hey there. It is a chilly day today on the ranch. We stayed in the guest house last night, but guests are coming, several guests that will need this bigger house, so we're moving back in with Cody and Katie tonight. But I had to go kind of flip the house a little bit, clean up after ourselves, pack up, and reboot the sheets. But it's like 30s on the ranch. Look at the mesquite trees. Love it. I think in a day or two it's going to be like 70. Isn't that funny? Having a good time. We've got a pretty packed week. It's going to go by fast, so we're trying to enjoy every second. So glad to be here. Did I mention those Texas sunsets? Cody and Katie took us to the Wildcatter Ranch Steakhouse for a special trip out. We had a great time, and it was a great place. This place spells Texas, let me tell you. We enjoy the time that we spend at Katie and Cody's house, and they took us to a Stevens County Junior Livestock Show. This was fun and very enlightening. Hey, little piggy! And then Katie took us to the local high school. Look at that buckaroo. And this buckaroo is about to have a birthday, and we got to get ready. We enjoyed running around town and helping Katie get ready for this party. One of the places we stopped was United, the local grocery store. And yeah, we might have had just a little bit too much fun with the balloons.
Right?
Let's get this little 1-year-old birthday boy's party started. And just like that, it was time for us to fly home. We still had a little bit of time before our flight, so we stopped at Drake's Yoke in Weatherford, Texas, one of our favorite places. Yeah, we've been there before. I needed another serious cup of coffee. And well, George, he loves his Bloody Marys. We did have a pretty good brunch, I'd say. And then, twist my arm, I got a mimosa. While waiting at the airport, I made up a list of all the things that Mom needed and also worked on our bucket list for things to do winter into spring. We had a nice little flight home, and then when entering our neighborhood, we noticed our neighbors had a Sasquatch in their backyard. Mom was glad to see us back home and had us over for a spaghetti dinner. Somebody else that was glad to see us was Little Bit. Oh my goodness, it was cold, but the neighbors helped take care of him, and we appreciate them so much. Oh, you remember that bucket list that I worked on at the airport? Well, I got it hung up in poster mode in the kitchen where we keep it. Ready to go. and another winter storm was on its way. And what do you do when it's snowing outside? Well, you fix a pot of beef stew and you work from home. And I tell you what, we are sure missing these guys. But you know who gets a lot of attention these days? And he doesn't let us forget him. He's learned how to knock on the door and ring the doorbell. He did it this day. And I spent some time trying to fix my hair in different ways and nearly scared George out of the house. Sorry didn't catch that one on video, but it was kind of fun just seeing what these big rollers would do, and you can take a little look for yourself and see what you think. Personally, I didn't think they did me any favors, didn't do anything special for me, didn't make it look any better, so probably won't do that very much. It just scared everybody. I did buy some more hairpins from Amazon. They were cute. When the weather cleared up, I took Mom out for a blooming onion and to get a haircut. And we watched the construction workers start building in the units behind her. I also decorated my office and made it look a whole lot better. And it's someplace that I really enjoy working. The cold weather continued on, so we went to Mom's and had a Saturday of just helping her hang pictures and do some things that she really needed help with. And I took her furniture shopping and she found some things that she really liked. Her house is really coming along, but these winter nights sure do feel good underneath the blanket and having a little bit in my lap. The sunsets were just gorgeous, but the iciness continued. More snow. One of my favorite winter comfort meals is spaghetti with Mazithra cheese. I also had lots of Christmas stuff still to pack up, and George was able to play with his Christmas present finally. The month was so busy, I had to work on the weekend to catch up. Bummer.
Little bit. You gotta scoot over. You don't make a very good dog. Oh, scoot over. I gotta get into bed. Scoot over. Ah, that's a good dog. You like staying inside some? You like staying inside? It's cold outside tonight. Yep. Are you gonna snuggle? Night night, little bit. I think I got a sliver of the bed. Thank you for giving me a sliver of the bed. Okay. Night night.
Thanks so much for watching, and if you liked what you saw, give me a subscribe so you won't miss any future videos. Thank you so much.